it's Rebecca, your star director for the Scent team. It's Tuesday, February 7th. This is your YouTube challenge. Sorry it's a little bit late in the day, and I have to tell you that this is the third time that I'm recording this video, so if there's any interruptions from my kids in the background, please overlook them because I am not stopping this video again. We have a lot of new team members. Way to go. Thanks for tuning in, and keep recruiting. Keep doing a good job. It's been a little while since we talked about why it's important to have samples in your business. So I am going to show you how I make my samples just really quick without going into full detail of them. I melt my samples in a glass measuring cup. And I put just 1 to 2 cubes, big brick cubes in there. And remember, it's going to be hot whenever you take it out of the microwave, so use a pot holder. And you can either pour it in, or sometimes for your more intricate, detailed molds, I use medicine dropper because it just sucks right in and I can drop it in. So about those molds, I use heart molds. Great time of year to do that. I have butterfly molds. I have, depending on the time of year, pumpkin, fall leaves. Everybody loves the stars. These are actually ice cube trays that I use. But probably my two most favorite ones are the square, the little rectangle ones, and the small disc. And because somebody might ask, these say hard candy mix wax molds. So there's no brand on them, but I got them at Hobby Lobby. Let's see, Loran is the brand, and the model number for the square disc is 8H-5730. And then for that was the squares, and for the disc it's 8H-5729. Okay, because somebody might want those, and I'm sure you can order them online. So once my wax is in the liquid state, I put it into the molds. You can see these right here still have some that I didn't pop out, but if I were to go and put these in the freezer after that, I would just be able to pop them right out. But you can see they're kind of gelled in right now. But pop them in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then they're just going to pop out and make a cute little disc. Just a little bit of wax goes a long ways. It's the smell that sells, and that's why it's so important that you make samples. You can do any kind of samples. You can do the scent of the month, which that's probably the most preferred way to do it. Or you can melt down maybe leftover bars or old scent testers. It doesn't matter. But once you have them melted down, you're going to want to put them in jewelry bags or any kind of display bag. So this bag has 100 bags. They're the 1.5 inch by 2 inch size jewelry bags. You can also use the bigger bags. Maybe if I can find them, I'll show you those in a second. But I like the smaller bags because it makes the potential customer feel like they're getting a lot of wax. I don't know if that's kind of being sneaky or not. But anyways, more wax. You don't have to put a lot of wax is what I'm saying, because just a little bit goes a long way. So you put them in the baggies, and then you're going to want to get some labels, or any way that you want to do it, whether you want to put something on the inside of the bag or put it on the outside of the bag. These labels are something that I put on the outside. It says Surprise Scentsy Sample to Heat Not Eat, and of course it has my information. I'm going to put that up close so you guys can see that. And they're the little bitty labels that I use, Avery 8867, so they fit really nicely on those little bitty bags. That has my information. So just in case, when I staple that wax sample onto business cards, okay, you're going to put them on business cards. When I staple that wax sample onto host or join or buy brochures, that's what these are. If it separates, my information is still in that bag, and then of course my information is on these brochures also. You're going to want to put these on everything. The new Scent of the Month flyers, you're going to attach obviously the Scent of the Month to it. Maybe you have some join or business opportunity postcards, put the sample on those. This is actually what a mini catalog looks like. You can get those in packs from Scentsy Success. They'll be having some new spring line ones come out soon if they're not already out. And mainly what it is, it's just a thin little sheet of paper, has all of the products listed, all of the scents listed on the back, and then the product prices. So it gives the customers just a quick glance. And then, of course, we have our catalogs. Aside from labeling, you can see, aside from labeling, everything that leaves your hands, you can put a label on it. You can put a label on the back or on the inside, maybe a secret place on the inside. It doesn't matter. Anywhere you want. Okay? So once you have these, all these samples made, you know, you're going to have samples everywhere. These are what some of the hearts look like, and I think they're perfect for Valentine's Day. And I still didn't find the other one. So, you're going to want to hand them out everywhere. A list of places that I have here says the tube at the drive-through pharmacy, the tube at the drive-through bank, on a check with the tip at a restaurant, but don't leave a bad tip. Through the drive-through at a restaurant, anywhere you park, there's always going to be cars next to you in a parking lot. Put them on the windshield or put them in the little door, the little window. When you check out at a grocery store, to the cashier, maybe the person standing in front of you, maybe the person standing behind you. Maybe even the candle aisle at the local retailer. We all know what I'm talking about right there. And sometimes you can include candy too. So you can always make some little Valentine sacks with some Valentine candy, and then maybe your buy, host, and join brochures with your scentsy sample, wrap it up in a cute little bag, and give those as Valentine treats. You know, be creative, but remember it's the smell that sells, and something can, when you have a wax sample attached to a business card, they can smell it, they can see it, they can feel it, and potentially use it in one of their warmers at home. So it's nice. You can always just write the name of the scent on the back of the card also, if you'd like. Okay, so our challenge this week has been a challenge shared from another director in our large group, and so I'm going to read that off to you. So this week has been about making samples. Make any kind of samples that you want. We talked about wax samples here, but you can also make room stage samples or maybe solid perfume samples. It really doesn't matter, and I don't care how you do it, but it's just important that you do it and share that. So make your samples. Make at least 25. When I make my samples, I go big or go home. I make all of the samples all at once. I use a lot of wax because I plan on handing all those wax samples out within the month, okay? But our challenge is just for a week, this week. Make at least 25. Hand them out everywhere. Use the 3-foot rule. Anyone that you come in contact with within 3 foot of you, make sure they have a sample in their hand. Now, it's not going to look just like this. It's going to have your information on it, and it's going to be stapled to something. Business card, flyer, catalog, whatever. Okay? Because there's no point in giving them something like this, because guess what? They're not going to know how to get a hold of you if you just hand them this without your information on it. Also, take a small notebook with you and get their information, okay? You can tell them that, hey, I'm going to call you in 24 hours and get your opinion on this scent. Make it a challenge for them. Everyone likes to give their opinion, so just let them know that that's what you're doing. Write down their information. That puts you in control. Then you're not waiting for them to call you to order. You're able to call them back to ask how they like it and potentially place an order, book a party. So the challenge is make the 25, post on our page when you made your samples. I want to see them, okay? Maybe you already have them made. Hey, I guess you can go that way, but we want to make some new ones, you know, get the fresh scents going. Once you've handed them all out, post. So you've already posted twice, okay? Then post if you book parties or if you make a sale or get a new team member from those samples that you hand out this week, okay? Every time you post, you're going to be entered into a drawing, and I'm going to be giving, or 2 drawings. I'm going to be giving away some scentsy little notebooks, okay? It's just plain white paper, little notebook. I mean, they're homemade, and we were given these at First of the Year Cheer last year. So I have 2 left, and I'm going to give those, and that'll be good that you can also carry around to jot down notes. So that's what our challenge is, and again, each time that you post, after you make them, so we want to see what they look like. After you hand them out, we want to see, hey, yay, tell us what your success, and then tell us when you get a party booked or when you get a sale from the samples that you've handed out this week. So you have until next week, and of course, if you have any questions, be sure and post it on our Semper Scents page. And as usual, thank you guys for listening. I'm proud of y'all and so proud to be your director. And we're always here for you, and we'll talk to y'all next Tuesday. Thanks.